Hi everybody, I'm Tommy Bryant along with my buddy Joshua Anderson. He's on the camera for you. And Josh, you picking me up okay? And okay, now we're rolling. Well, we've got a little game for you. Football is the 10 and under Bulldogs of Thomasville facing High Point, and Thomas was going to receive one of the up backs. It's going to fall on the ball, and it shows good coaching there, because football comes to one of the up blockers. You have to fall on that ball. But this is the Red Zone Football League semifinals for the championship in this league. And we're at Cushwa Stadium. I just had what might be my last Cushwa dog of the year. And the door just slammed behind us. Very cold afternoon here on this football afternoon. We're in the first quarter. There's 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go, and the Thomasville team has the ball, and the first play is going to go right to the fullback, and he's snuffed at the line of scrimmage. So I'll bring up second down and about 10 to go. Actually, they're going to give him about a half a yard. We'll say it's second down and 9. And Josh, I don't know, does this team have a name, or just Little Bulldogs? Or we'll call them the Bull Pups. How about that? And your quarterback is Rashawn Huntley. And we'll run the slot I formation. It's going to be an option play to the right. Back to the running back, John Nelson. And he picks up 2 or 3 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a third down. And, well, they're going to bring it back. I thought he got more yards than that. But it's going to be third and 9. Bulldogs dressed out in their black helmet and pants and red jersey with white numbers. A little hard to see the numbers from here, but the handoff goes to the tailback over the C gap, and he does pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up fourth down. And we'll see if the Bulldogs decide to punt it, or the Bull Pups rather. Well, that door is just slamming like crazy behind us. So it's going to be fourth and a long 5 for the Bull Pups. High Point digs in on defense. Looks like they're in a cover 3. And I believe the Bull Pups went to a hard count and caused High Point to jump off sides. We don't have any roster for High Point, but we do for Thomasville. The coaches are Jesse Tate, Harvey Anderson, Jose Robinson, Deshaun Huntley, who was an outstanding defensive player on the Bulldog team. And it's going to be a first down for the Bull Pups. Handoff goes to the fullback. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's hard for me to tell what those numbers are. Joshua, if you notice who the fullback is, the number, you can point him out to me. Those numbers are so small from here. Bullpup's going to have to really hustle up, or they'll get a delay of game penalty. And they're going to call a timeout because time was fixing to expire. Number 2 is going to be the tailback, and that's John Nelson. I'm not sure about the fullback. I haven't been able to pick his number up yet. Number 20, Cody. Yeah, the fullback is going to be Cody Huntley. So you got Huntley and Huntley. Huntley a quarterback, and has a quarterback keeper around the right side, and Huntley's going to pick up a couple yards on the bootleg. Third and 10 for Thomasville, with 4:10 left in the first quarter. That's good to see Pickett appear in the press box and talk to him. There's a little toss sweep to the left side, and Nelson was not able to handle it, and it's going to be a huge loss. And it's going to be 4th down and about 17 to go. And the Bullpups are not gonna punt it. Make sure you move that camera to cover who gets the ball here. Well, the Bullpups will punt it. And it's going to take a bounce and be down at the 41-yard line. But notice that evidently by rule you can't rush the punter. That's pretty good rule, I think, for a 10 and under football league. One of the linemen is Mason Baxter. And Kaysen. Try to identify some other numbers as we get them. Shamar Jackson is one of the wideouts, or actually corners for the Bulldogs. It's a quarterback keeper. It's going to pick up about 8 yards on the play. Maybe 9, depending on where they spot it. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 4, 6-yard gain for High Point. The ball resting at the 48-yard line. Hope you're enjoying this game on Pro Team Sports, Facebook, and also YouTube. Two wideouts to the left, one split to the right. Pistol formation for High Point. Again, we do not have the rosters for High Point. But it's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's got plenty of room. Got to the 3rd level, still on his feet. Cuts to the outside to the 40, 35, 30. 25 drops the ball, but is able to fall on it. Big break for High Point. High Point only about 5 miles away from our location here at Cushwa Stadium in Thomasville. Historic Cushwa Stadium. Named after the late, great Hall of Fame Coach George Kushwa. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Pistol formation for High Point, working left to right. And there's a handoff. Good defense by the Bulldogs. Kaysen along with Kobe Huntley on the stop. So I'd bring up 2nd and 10 for High Point. Dressed in a white helmet, orange jersey, and blue pants and numbers. Recreation Department of Thomasville doing a great job maintaining the field here at Kushwa Stadium. One guy in motion, speed sweep around the left side, but the Bullpups come up and make the stop. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and about 14 to go. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're at Kushwa Stadium, Thomasville, North Carolina. Always known as the Chair City. Used to make Thomasville furniture here, and a lot of hosiery mills and textile plants. But if you're in that industry now, you're probably over in China or somewhere. This fine little town used to have 6 automobile dealerships. Now we have none. But we just had an election here, city council election, school board, and so forth. Hopefully all the political powers here will put all their magic and power together and maybe bring some more jobs back here. But right now we're enjoying Little League football, 10 and under division of the Red Zone Football League. Now we got timeout with 7:37 left in the first half. It's a semifinal football game in a tournament in the Red Zone Football League. Teams from Thomasville, High Point, Greensboro. These two teams have fought their way right here to the semifinals. And it is a very cold football afternoon. Well, it's going to be 3rd and about 14. Well, now I'll do my math again and say it's closer to 16 for the first down. Here's a quarterback keeper and a good block on the corner, and he's able to turn the edge and break in the open at the 10-5. Touchdown, High Point. And let's see, are there any flags on the field? I believe it's going to be called back. Well, Joshua, did you see a flag on the field? Maybe a holding?
Yeah, it was a holding.
Well, Josh said it was a holding, so it's going to come back, and the Bullpups get a big break. It was great to see Pickens here today.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute.
Well, Pickens in pretty good shape. It looked like he could get out there and play himself. Third down and in Lexington, North Carolina. It's going to be 3rd and about 25 to go for the first down. They have to get all the way down to the 14-yard line to get a first down. It's going to be a pass, and the quarterback is going to be sacked back at the 46-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and probably Charlotte, North Carolina now. 4th and about 31 yards to go for the first down. Pistol formation for High Point. And the quarterback rolling to his right, and he's going to be sacked again. Right at the line of scrimmage, so the ball will go over to the Bullpups with 5:50 to go in the first half. I think what you might see, Joshua, is the Bullpups run a fullback over the B gap on the right side and maybe over to the left, a tailback over there, and then we might see some type of bootleg around the end. There's that play on the left side to the 30. 20, 10, touchdown Bullpups. And that was, looked like Joshua Nelson that took the handoff over the B gap on the left side, and he went all the way. Good blocking by that offensive line. And now they will go for the extra point. And they hand it off to the fullback, straight up the gut. And he's in. Kobe Hunley, I believe, was the kid that made that run. You get a 1-point conversion point for running the ball through, and that makes it with 5:24 left in the first half. Thomasville goes up 7-0. Went right over the 5-hole on the left side. And just like that, the Bullpups are on the board.
Okay, look. Yeah.
Well, we're set for the kickoff now. High Point trailing 7-0 here at Cushwa Stadium in Thomasville. The ball is live. Good coverage by the Bullpups. High Point will start 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. And it is cold, but we have a heater up here. I'm so glad I had a spare heater in my trunk of my car. Never know when you're going to need one. May go home and warm me up some soup. Well, we got 5:12 left in the first half. High Point's still running now the pistol formation. That is a formation where the running back is behind the quarterback in a shotgun, and the handoff goes to the deep running back straight up the middle, and he has stopped at the 41-yard line. Good pickup of about 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4 for High Point. Well, give him a good spot on this, so we're going to give him a 7-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 3. A low snap, and the Bullpups come up and put a stop to that play. So I'll bring up third down. It's going to be third and about 3. Well, after I announce that, then they move it up a yard. So it's going to be third and 2. And the ball hits the ground, but the whistles are blowing, so I think we might have a false start. We'll see. No, it's an offsides against the Bullpups, so it's going to be a first down for High Point, and that'll move the ball up. They'll spot it at the 47-yard line. It's going to be a quarterback keeper around the right side. He's got the edge down the far sidelines, one man to beat, and he's not going to be able to beat him. He's run down at the 20-yard line. Big play for High Point. The clock keeps moving. There's 2:15 left in the first half. I want to send 2 wideouts, one to the left and one to the right. Handoff goes to the fullback straight up the middle, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard or 2. Second down and 8. The ball resting at the 18-yard line. $1:25 left in the first half. High Point has to get their plays off in a hurry. Once again, a pistol formation, quarterback keeper trying to run the edge, and he's got it. And he's going to be drugged down after about 5-yard gain. Now we're under a minute to go. The clock is stopped with 57 seconds on the clock. High Point brought cheerleaders. There's no fans in the stands. Again, it's quarterback keeper, and he is going to be knocked down after a couple more yard gains. It's going to bring up a big fourth down with 42 seconds left, and the time is stopped. It's been a well-officiated game. 42 seconds left. Thomasville in the lead, 7-0, semifinals here at Cushwa Stadium in the Red Zone Football League, 10 and under division. Thomasville team, John Nelson, Tegan Tillman, Rashawn Huntley, Nakai Barnes, Cable Crockett, Mason Hogan, Stefan Gladney, Gabe Carpenter, Cody Huntley, Shamar Jackson, Trent Tillman, Kenyon Caldwell, Nicholas Pearman, Quincy Steele, Kason, Mason Baxter. We don't have the rosters for High Point. This time, empty backfield for High Point. The quarterback will try to run left on a power sweep, and he is caught before he can turn the corners. So the Bulldogs will take over. The Bull Pups, rather. And I think they'll let the clock run on out and go into halftime. Or we might get one more play. Trent Tillman racing onto the field. Coming out is Mason Baxter. Bulldogs in a slot formation, slot eye. A timeout call by High Point. It's a little surprising they called timeout with 14 seconds. One thing that Thomasville Bullpups do not want to do is turn that ball over down here with 14 seconds. On the camera for you is Joshua Anderson. There's a handoff again on that play off that left gap. It's at the 50. That's 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Bullpups. John Nelson. That might be a record run from scrimmage. And the Bullpups have just taken another touchdown. And, you know, High Point will have to do something to stop that that gap run right up over the C gap. Or perhaps B gap. It opened up. Good blocking on that left side. Slot formation to the right again, and this time it's going to be Nelson up the middle. And I don't think he got in. So your score is Thomasville 13 and High Point nothing as we go to halftime here at Cushwa Stadium. Well, we start the second half with Thomasville leading 13-0 over High Point. Two big plays by John Nelson. Both plays identical, running right over the left side of that offensive line and breaking out into the open. It's a very cold afternoon here at Cushwa Stadium. Concession stand still doing good, those Cushwa Dogs. We do not have a roster for High Point. We do for Thomasville. And here's the kickoff, and it's a worm burner picked up by up blocker, and he gets across midfield to about the 49-yard line of Thomasville. There's only 8-minute quarters here, so High Point needs to put something on the board. They can't afford to let the Bullpups get another score. It'd be awful hard to come back with the time given. All the fans are on the home side over here, both High Point and Thomasville fans. Nobody on the visitor side over there. Pistol formation. Here's a pass play that is going to be incomplete. Good pressure applied by the Bulldogs. Coming in very quickly was Rashawn Huntley. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for High Point. The most effective play so far for High Point's been the quarterback run. Thomasville scored on the last play of the first half. There's a handoff to the running back, and he can't get to the edge. A cold cracker hit. I'm telling you, that was a heck of a hit put on by John Nelson. That was a decleater. I don't know if it's someone's shoe or what. It came off. I think it's just a towel. They'll make 3rd and about 9 yards to go for a first down. High Point needs to get down to the 39-yard line in order to score a first down. There's a quarterback sweep again, trying to get to the edge, and he turns the corner. Still on his feet, and he just bulls his way for the first down. I sure wish we had a roster for High Point. .453 left in the third quarter. This time an empty backfield for High Point as they stack the right side of that line of scrimmage. Now they're going to run a counter play to the near side, and one man to beat on the corner, and he does. A good head juke at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown High Point. I don't see any flags. It was a nifty play. They stacked the right side of the line and then pulled two blockers to the weak side and just run a counter play and a good head fake on the corner. Sprung that runner free for the touchdown. Now the extra point attempt coming up. High Point will stack that right side again. This time they'll try to pass it, and they throw it, and it's intercepted at the goal line. So that point attempt will be no good. Well, your score now with 4:23 to go is Thomasville 13, High Point 6. This might be turning into a Donnybrook of a game. Thomasville team head coach Jesse Tate also is a sideline reporter on our Pro Team Sports Network. You can go to Pro Team Sports Network, scroll down the bottom of the screen, click on live events, and you can find some games archived there. And you'll find this game there. And that is ProTeamSports.com. The team is spelled with two E's. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 47-yard line. That's ProTeamSports.com. P as in Paul, R as in Robert, O as in Ocean, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, E as in Edward, M as in Mary, 13 at AOL.com. Gain up to the 44-yard line. Second down and about 7. for the Bullpups. Slot I formation, working left to right, and it's a quarterback keeper. Bootleg out to the 37-yard line, and that's good for the first down. Slot right formation again. This time it's going to be that slant play to the left side over that big gap, and it gets down to the, let's see where they got to mark it, about the 34-yard line. Be second down and 6. A gain of 4. Huntley under center. Handed off to Huntley over the left side. Or Nelson, rather. It's going to be third and about 2. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. It's going to be close. I don't know if he got it or not. I don't think he has it. It's going to be 4th and about 1. I believe that's number 6 in there, tailback now, isn't it? Gabe Crockett. And he gets the ball and he's hammered immediately. So the ball will go back over to High Point. It's a little hard to see those numbers from here. So now High Point has an opportunity to try to perhaps take the lead or tie it up. Empty backfield once again. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And he gets out to the 35-yard line. Good pickup. Well, Joshua, it looks like the quarterback keeper is the main play for High Point.
It is.
A gain of 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 35. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. I'm not sure that High Point can get this play off in time. And they're not going to be able to. So now we go to the 4th and final quarter with the Bullpups leading 13-6 here at Cushwa Stadium. On the camera for you is Joshua Anderson. Bullpups need to keep High Point off the board. They lead 13-6. High Point needs to get on that board if they're going to try to maybe even perhaps force an overtime here. Trent Tillman is one of the people up there in the slot position. Actually, on defense, I beg your pardon. This time, the Bullpups come up big, and actually, High Point will lose a yard, I believe, on this play. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6. 7:28 left in the game. Semi-final game in the Red Zone Football League. Being played right here at Cushwa Stadium in Thomasville, North Carolina. North Kakalaki, as some people call it in the South. High Point will split 2 players to each side. Put the slot in motion. It's going to be another quarterback keeper, and he fumbles the ball, and they scramble for it. I believe Thomasville has it. Let's see. Now they're going to say High Point recovered it. So it's going to be 4th down and 9 for High Point. With 6:35 to go, and the clock is ticking. The clock is the enemy of High Point right now. They've got a 4th and 9 situation at their own 30-yard line. And they're going to go for it with twin receivers to the right and one to the left. It's a roll out, and the Bullpups get the sack back at the 20-yard line, and Thomasville will take over with 6:03 left to end the contest. This is a semifinal game. First and 10 for the Bullpups of Thomasville. Well, now it looks like they got Mason Hogan in, maybe at fullback. And Cable Crockett in at tailback. Joshua, tell me if I'm wrong on these numbers. I'm trying to see them.
Yeah.
They've got, they've got Hogan at fullback, Crockett at tailback, and Huntley at quarterback.
That's awesome.
And it's going to go on a reverse around the left side to the 5 and into the end zone is a touchdown for Shamar Jackson, who came from his slot back position on the reverse and was able to hit the edge, turn that corner, and raced for the touchdown. And we got an injury.
That's the first time getting that off.
For a High Point.
Shamar Jackson. Oh, that's what's the name, son? Okay.
Well, attending to the injured player, we don't have a roster, so we can't identify who the kid is down on the field, but hopefully he'll be okay. But Thomasville will go for the extra point here. But that was a big touchdown right there, because that puts Thomasville up 2 scores. With only 5:45 left in the contest, now the player's up and walking off, so he's going to be fine. Crockett in at tailback again. Hogan in at fullback. And the push is going to get across the goal line, so he's going to be in for the score. And I believe that was Hogan that went in there, wasn't it? Hogan in for the score. So with 5:45 to go on this semifinal Red Zone Football League game, the Thomasville Bullpups are up 20-6 over High Point. And we're set for the kickoff again. We're in the final quarter. It's been a good ball game, much better than what the score is showing at the moment, 20-6. Fumble very costly. We've got as many people here at this little game as we did for the last Thomasville playoff game this past Friday night against Chase High School. And here's the kickoff. And that's a worm burner. That's a live ball too. It's picked up by High Point, and he's going to be tackled at about the 33-yard line. So that's where High Point will take over, 1st and 10 with 5:37 to go in the contest. The clock is cranked back up now. High Point with an empty backfield, stacked, split to the left. Quarterback keeper. And he'll pick up a couple yards, and that's about it. Up to the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd and about 8 to go for the first down. Thomasville in the cover 3 each. Another quarterback keeper around the left side. And the gain is going to be about 6 yards. Bring up 3rd and short. Cover 3 has the corners covering 1/3 and the safety 1/3 on the deep pass. It's going to be 3rd and about 2 yards to go for the first down. High Point has to work a little quicker than what they are with only 3:48 to go. They trail by 2 scores. It's 20-6. Thomasville in the lead. And the quarterback sweep again. And Thomasville is playing great defense right now. So it's going to be 4th and 2 from the 41-yard line with 3:04 to go in the game. I want to thank the Thomasville coaching staff for getting this roster together for me here. One wide out to each side for High Point. And we got a timeout call by High Point with 2:27 to go. And it's probably going to take a miracle for High Point to pull this one out with 2:27 left. Trailing 20-6. .227 to go, 20-6, Thomasville leading High Point. In the Red Zone Football League semifinal playoff game, championship game will play next week. Don't know the particulars on it, where it's going to be played or anything, but if there's any way to cover that game, we sure will. Here's a quarterback keeper in the fumble again, and it looks like the ball will go over to Thomasville on the play. So now all Thomasville has to do is grind it out in the last 2 minutes, 21 seconds, and they'll advance to the championship game. Thomasville has still a lot of good players in the pipeline heading up toward the middle school and the high school. 1st and 10 for the Bullpups, slide eye formation. And I believe we're going to get a false start. In the backfield is Crockett and Hogan. Huntley under center. Here's a toss. Back to Crockett around the right side, and he turns that corner. And he is inside the 30-yard line. It went to Crockett around the corner. A little toss sweep action, a little bit short of the first down. 2nd and about 1 to go. With a $1:19 left in this game. About one more play and we can see the victory formation. Here's a reverse around the near side, and that's going to be good for the first down. That was John Nelson on that reverse, and now I think the Bullpups can just take a knee and put this one to rest. But it looks like they're going to play it out. A little toss sweep to the left side. And High Point did a good job in stopping that play. That's gonna do it. That was Nelson on the carry. And that's going to do it. The Bullpups of Thomasville are going to celebrate now and go shake some hands, and they'll advance to the championship game next week. So congratulations to Coach Jesse Tate, head coach Jesse Tate, and Harvey Anderson, Jose Robinson, Deshaun Huntley, and Joshua Anderson up here helping me on the scoreboard. And Josh, you can kind of zero in. Can you zoom in on that? Push that front button right here and get a close-up of the scoreboard. All right, jump up now. Let me see if I can... And Bullpups of Thomasville come away with a 20-6 win here at Cushwa Stadium.